A short update on the price of Bitcoin. Last time we were looking at these Bollinger Bands, if you remember, and we're saying that the price will likely to go to the middle of the cloud, the baseline, and also despite it is going up for a while, there is actually a lot of the resistance in this area. First, of course, there are some resistance levels like 4,100. Also, we have the resistance line which comes from previous triangle which was above $6,000, and now the price met it again. This big triangle which was formed after the drop also attracts the price to some extent, and moreover on the weekly time frame, if you look at the Bollinger Bands, the price is tending to bounce off the baseline of Bollinger Bands on the weekly time frame, and this is actually what happened. So you see on the weekly time frame this doji candlestick was very representative, and although we went above the baseline of the Bollinger Bands, we still seem to be correcting after that, and the momentum is fading. What I would like to mention also is that we basically had a lot of the growth during this month, and even before that, basically the only one correction which we had was after we reached $4,100, almost $4,200, and still there was like a growing channel which we followed pretty much without significant corrections. And especially recently around here, it was very likely that this slow growth should somehow be corrected, and now we see that it's already started to be correcting. There are two important indicators which I think we need to look at. This is stochastic oscillator and stochastic RSI. So for the stochastic oscillator, when we were looking at the price around here, it was very high, and stochastic RSI was very high as well. So we were saying that it is very likely that it will go down and the price will be correcting. So it's basically what we see right now. And both of them are going to the downside, and you see for the stochastic we had this 1-2 lows, and in principle it's very likely that we will test this trend line of stochastic once again, and in order to do that the price shall go a little bit lower. Also for stochastic RSI we may move to the oversold territory somewhere around here, as we may have it before 1, 2, 3 times, and at the point when stochastic RSI will reach this level, probably stochastic will also reach this trend line, so they will match, and it's very high chance that they both will reverse and the price will go up. I would think that it would correspond to the drop maybe to something like 3,700, and again we have this strong level here with which price did react several times before in a very intense manner. So I would bet that the price could correct to this level and then finally have a new rise from that point. I mean that it's very likely that we will not go too far, and this would be just a corrective move. And speaking about the level of 3,715, we have these moving averages, 50 days and 100 days moving averages almost at the same area. So when the price will be going down, we may expect that it will bounce off of one of those moving averages, or at least the area around those moving averages. The same signals we may see on the weekly time frame. So basically now we see the indication of possible reversal after the long time of the growth of stochastic. And this is actually very similar to what we see with stochastic RSI when we have this very high level of this indicator, and it's already showing signs that it's probably will go down. And the weekly time frame usually gives you a better picture, so since we see the confirmation on both weekly and daily, I think it's a very strong signal that we will see more of the downside movement. In fact, if we will compare the same thing with the behavior of those indicators which we saw in 2015, it's very similar. So we have this highs constantly growing for the stochastic oscillator, and it's actually not that crazy high, so it would be reasonable to expect that it will not reach the overbought territory just immediately, and we'll still have a corrective move before that. Moreover, it's important to look at the altcoins, and basically what we see right now is that Bitcoin dominance was falling from the beginning of February, and now it's basically within the same channel, approaching the bottom part of this channel, and again very likely that it will bounce from this from this level, and we will see one more rise of the dominance of Bitcoin. And usually when Bitcoin dominance rises, altcoins are going down, and again, usually it happens when the price of Bitcoin is falling. We also have this huge triangle, which probably will work as a resistance from the top. So maybe something like 55% Bitcoin dominance we could see again, and stochastic RSI both show that the chart must go up right now. And generally, I must say that after this rise, a lot of people became really bullish, and people are talking like about $5,000, $6,000 and everything. And this is the perfect time to add some panic, to correct and to go down. And in fact, there are like a lot of the levels around here, and below those levels there are stop orders, there are liquidation limits for traders who went long with leverage. So it's very sweet to collect those orders while the price will go down. As usual, guys, it's not a financial advice, just my personal opinion, and I don't say that I would completely exclude the possibility of like seeing $500 or $1,000 green candle within few hours, but it seems just unlikely to me. And considering all the things which we looked at right now, I think that it's very possible that we are going a little bit lower from the current point. Okay, that is it. I hope it was useful. Thank you for watching.